Good morning, or welcome into whatever time that you're in. This is going to be a shorter video, which is a challenge for me. I usually have a lot to say, and I love a long practice myself, but we all live in a world where sometimes you only have 30, 35 minutes, or maybe even 10 minutes. I'll work on getting down to that too. But 35 minutes or so of something to do, right? If you're stuck, if you need to move through some experiences in your body or maybe some experiences in your emotions, I think the body is really the space where we process our emotions. It's sort of the location of our feelings. And the body is really designed to feel, and allowing ourselves to feel things to move through them is the idea. And sometimes that's a little bit of back pain or shoulder stiffness or morning time creakiness. And sometimes there's more going on. And so this is just an invitation to sort of let go of expectations, to not need to achieve any particular thing inside of the practice, and instead to pay attention to how things really are. We'll work into some lower body, some hips. A lot of this is a bit like salutating, like sun salutations, flowing from posture to posture. Um, my name is Alyssa, if you haven't already figured that out or we haven't met. I use they, them pronouns. And the hope is that you will be creative and use this as is for you. Your body may need you to make different choices. And so as you pay attention to your body and your sense of self, give yourself permission to be creative. This is offered as a tool for you to use however you would like, towards the movement of your own compassion for yourself and others and towards liberation. So please do use it. We'll get started. I'm gonna head back to my yoga mat. You could use a mat or a rug or any space that you might have. I'm going to begin in child's pose. You could begin in a seat. You could sit in a chair. You could lie on your back. Sometimes lying on the back is more accessible, or lying on your side. Once you settle into wherever you are beginning, give yourself a couple of moments to drop into awareness of your body. You could scan the body from the ground up, from your feet to your head. Start to notice the sounds of the breath. If for any reason going into the body doesn't feel like a safe place today, but you'd still like to practice, you might instead pay attention to what's around you. Listen to the sounds in the room, even if they're very, very quiet. Usually there are some. Notice what you see. Try to let go of any tendency towards hypervigilance in this way. Instead, a soft awareness of what is. And as you continue to rest in your chosen position, we'll take a couple of deep breaths together to begin. Exhale the air you have in your body. Take a long, slow inhale in through your nose. Fill your belly and your ribs and your chest. You might hold it softly at full if it feels good. And open your mouth when you're ready to exhale like an HA sound. Inhale in again as slowly as you can, siphoning the air through your nose or mouth. Fill your lower back and your back rib cage all the way up to your shoulder blades and hold it relatively full. And again, open your mouth to exhale. Lujay Pranayama, the upward liberating breath. Inhale in through your nose slowly. Feel yourself three-dimensionally from the bottom to the middle, to the top without tension. And this time with your lips sealed, sigh out through your nose, that same HA feeling but through the nostrils. And continue to breathe in that way, in through the nose and out through the nose. First and foremost, a practice of attention and kindness. Secondly, a practice of the breath. Everything else we do in this will flow on the contingency of breathing. So if your breath becomes held or choppy, you might notice. And it takes practice and time to deepen the breath. So continue just to be kind to yourself as you breathe. In your next couple of rounds of breath, begin to move in your child's pose. You might wiggle fingers and toes. Shift your hips from side to side or roll your forehead on the mat. You start to wake up towards movement. Notice the information given you by moving. We'll come to a hands and knees position, tabletop shape. You could pad your knees or choose to do this from a seat. We're looking for spinal action mostly. We'll find a few cow cats. Inhale to cow pose. Drop your belly and your ribs. Lift your tail up, your chin up, your chest up. Exhale to cat. Tuck your chin, round your spine, down your shoulders. Draw your navel in, up and back. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Take a few more with your own breath. Trying to follow the length of the breath into the length of the action. Next time you're at neutral, drop your head down to hang and take a few circles through your neck. Inhale your right ear towards your right shoulder and then lift your chin up, and exhale your left ear towards your left shoulder and hang your head down. Doesn't have to be extreme range of motion, just some circles, especially when you go back. It doesn't have to go very far. Change directions, inhaling to the left and up, and exhaling down. The next time you're at neutral, take an inhale, curl your toes under, and exhale towards a downward facing dog pose. Spin your tail up, walk your dog out, bend opposite knee, poke opposite heel down, hang your head. Breathe in and out through your nose. Press your hands into the ground. You can shift your weight from side to side, roll your pelvis from side to side a little. An experimental place. You usually can feel intuitively what starts to come up, and trust that intuition. It doesn't have to look any certain way or be particularly graceful, as long as you're paying attention to your experience and your breathing. Inhale out into a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin lower to the earth, or lower all the way down onto your belly. We'll come to Cobra Pose. Inhale, slide your heart forward. Press the tops of your feet down. You might even lift your hands to assert that you're using your back strength. Exhale, bring your chin or forehead down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana, and exhale, lengthen to lower. 1 more time, follow your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Curl your toes under, plug your knees down, inhale, back up through plank on the knees, and exhale to downward facing dog pose. Inhale high on your tippy toes in the down dog. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, stick your tail up, press your heart back towards your chest, towards your thighs. And exhale, drive your heels down. Again, inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend your knees. Take an inhale, push with your hands. Ascend your heart towards your ankles. And exhale to drop them. Inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, spin your tail up. Exhale, drive your heels down. Inhale, take your right leg up and back, one-footed dog, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, and reach it straight back like someone's pulling on your ankle. You might notice more weight in one hand than the other. Take another inhale to stretch it out, and under your exhale, feel free to open up your hip and bend your knee, the scorpion action. Roll your ankle. Some folks will come to their left elbow and look up. Remember, it's all experimental. Give yourself empirical space. Take another inhale, and on your exhale, step your right foot forward. You might have to grab it and scooch it up, a long, low lunge. Tend to your fingertips, or if you have props, you could put your hands up on blocks, or you could bring your hands up to your knee if you like. Inhale, a cow lunge. Drop your hips, lift your heart up. Exhale, cat lunge, straightening your front leg, round in. Again, inhale, cow lunge, and exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. You might even round your spine and bring your forehead towards your leg. Inhale, cow lunge, gaze forward. Exhale, step forward with one or many steps. Forward fold. Hang for a few breaths in forward fold. Feel free to bend your knees a lot. You might grab opposite elbow with opposite hand, or nod your head yes and no. Sometimes letting gravity affect us without doing too much can be beneficial. And on your next couple of exhales, let go, let your arms come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Unroll your heart. Flare your tail out. Bring your heart forward, maybe your gaze a bit forward. And exhale, forward fold. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, folding. 1 more inhale. And exhale, fold. My feet are about hips distance for Utkatasana. Bend your knees, hips down. Inhale your arms out to the sides or up overhead, reaching up, perhaps gazing up. And exhale, stand up, straighten your legs, drop your arms down. All right. Samastitihi, same on all sides, standing, breathe. You might close your eyes and take a moment again to recall the intention of practice, and to pay attention compassionately to how things really are, and to allow yourself to be with what is as a means of power, self-sovereignty, the kind of self-power that we use to act in the world. Inhale, take your arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. You could press your palms, bring your hands together. You can look forward if your neck prefers that, or look up. Exhale, forward fold. As you do, bend your knees, flare your tail out like you're going back through the Utkatasana on your way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And on your exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat, a long, low lunge. For our actions, once again, of cow-catting. Inhale, cow lunge. Drop your hips, lift your heart up. Exhale towards cat, straightening your front leg, drawing in. Again, inhale, cow lunge. You can always bend your back knee or drop it all the way to the earth, depending on your body. And exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale, cat lunge. Press with your feet for stability. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, step back your left foot, plank pose, knees, chest, chin, or lower to the earth. And inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, bring your chin or forehead down, curl your toes. Inhale through knees and hands. Exhale to downward facing dog pose and breathe. And in downward facing dog pose, take an inhale. And on your exhale, bend your elbows straight down towards the earth. They probably won't get all the way there. Take another inhale to roll your shoulders away from one another. Exhale, straightening your arms. You can try it with wider hands if it feels unstable. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows towards the earth. Roll your shoulders away, hang your head, and take another inhale. Exhale, straightening your arms. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows towards the earth. Take another inhale to hang your head. And exhale, straightening your arms. Good. Inhale, take your left leg up and back, Ekapada, one-footed dog. Take a few breaths to stretch back straight as if you're trying to take weight out of your hands and wrists. And as you're ready, use an exhale to open the hip and bend the knee. Scorpion the dog, roll your ankle around. You're always welcome to any variations, right? If you know how to flip it around and you happen to feel very energized, always feel free to experiment and meet back up with us as you will. Good. Inhale to reach your left leg high, and exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Drop your right knee down. Feel free to pad your knee if you wish. Rise up. You can climb up onto your left knee thigh. Inhale to reach your right arm up overhead, and exhale, side body bend over to the left. Hang your head. You might use your left hand on the earth or a wall or the prop to catch you a little bit. You think about letting your left thigh bone turn out in the socket. Press down into the top of your right foot. Inhale, back up through center. Take both arms up, and exhale, cactus the arms to backward bend. Inhale, arms up, reaching upward. And exhale, hands to the earth, frame your front foot. Curl your back toes, lift your knee. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward with one or many steps. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, unroll your spine. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips, Utkatasana. This time, take your arms back by your sides like airplane wings. Pinkies in, palms face down, pinkies squeezing towards one another. Good. Take another big free inhale. Start to stand up. Circle your arms out. Reach your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Samastitihi. Bring your arms by your sides. Inhale, take your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, we're going to side body bend to the right, so you could use your left hand to pull yourself over. Inhale, back up through center, and exhale, side body bend to the left. And inhale, back up through center, and exhale, through Utkatasana, bend your knees. Take your arms back through that airplane shape, as it were. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, unroll your heart. Exhale, fold Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee down. And pad the knee as you need to. Fold your mat over is a good option. Normal to feel that kneecap pressure. Walk your hands up onto your right knee thigh and settle into stability. Inhale to take your left arm up when you're ready, and exhale, side body bend over to the right. Let's see if my microphone will let me side body bend to the right. There we go. Come up and over. Good. Inhale back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Take them all the way around behind you as part of the action and interweave your fingers. Inhale to lift your heart up and exhale to send your knuckles down. Okay to keep your chin tall, but hang your head back. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Curl your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. You can use your knees or you can lower halfway from the plank. Inhale to upward facing dog pose or perhaps cobra, tops of your feet down, knees suspending. Exhale, downward facing dog pose, tail high, heels low. Hang your head. All right, we're going to flow it without so much fanciness. Inhale, take your right leg high. Exhale, open your hip and bend your knee. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale your arms back towards that airplane shape as they circle up and you stand all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Samasthitihi, both arms come down. Inhale, take your arms out and up, reaching upward. And exhale through Utkatasana, bend your knees, circle your arms as you come all the way through to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step your right foot back. Inhale, like cow lunge, prepare. Exhale, step back, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, upward dog or an alternative. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Take a big free inhale in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, left leg up and back to the other side, and exhale, open the hip and bend the knee. Inhale, straighten and reach. And exhale, step forward. You can always grab it and pull it up. As long as your knee feels stable and your heel's on the ground, it doesn't have to be super long. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, unroll from your middle back, not your neck. Exhale, fold and bend your knees. Inhale through that sense of airplane, take your arms back in Utkatasana as you stand all the way up to Urdhva Hastasana, gathering the energy upward. And exhale, arms come by the sides, same standing on all sides, mudra or gesture, Samasthitihi. Inhale your arms up, reaching upward. And exhale, fold. Inhale and roll, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step your left foot back. Inhale like you're pulling your heart forward, cow lunge style. Exhale, step back, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Exhale to downward facing dog pose. All right. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, step it forward between your hands. Good. Inhale your right arm up, twist to the right. Exhale, drop your back knee down. If you wish, you can walk your right foot out to the right and bend your back knee, reaching for a quad stretch of the foot. Remember, you don't have to make contact for it to be effective. You can always grab a strap to make the distance between hand and foot change, especially if you're strong in the front of your thighs. Good. Exhale to release, two hands down. Curl your back toes, lift your back knee, inhale. Exhale, step forward to a wide fold with your toes turned out, or you can squat down if you prefer. You're going to go all the way to Urdhva Hastasana, so be kind with your knees. Inhale to circle your arms out and up, over wide feet, reaching upward. And exhale, your arms down by your sides. Inhale, arms up, reaching up. Exhale, bend your knees. Same deal with your arms as you go down. Try to give yourself strength in the back, so you're trying to backward bend even as you fold at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step your right foot back. Plant your right hand down and inhale your left arm up. Twist to the left. Exhale your right knee down, bend the knee and reach back if you wish. Adding a quadricep stretch for another inhale. Good, and exhale. 2 hands down, curl your back toes. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, or skip it. You can always head to down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Good, very nice. Inhale to take your left leg up and back. Exhale to step your left foot outside your left hand. Come to lizard pose, lower your back knee down. And stay on your hands or come to your forearms. I'm going to turn towards you. Some of us will draw that right hand or left hand, behind the left foot. That might feel good to bring your shoulder behind your knee or your chin towards your shin. Take 3 deep breaths. Good. Climb yourself up and out of there. We're going to step back to plank. So you can do plank on your hands or on your forearms. You step back, you can always do it with your knees down. Push into the ground and see if you can keep your shoulders down your back, out of your ears, so the pressure comes from the center of the body as opposed to from the neck. Take 3 deep breaths. And exhale to lower all the way to the earth. Take your right arm out to the right with your palm down. Roll over onto the right side to stretch out through the armpit. Exhale back to center. Let's do the opposite end of it. Take your left arm out to the left and roll to the left-hand side. All right, come back through center. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes from use your toes. Inhale up through plank and exhale back downward facing dog pose. Once you're in downward facing dog, move around a little bit if you like. Go from side to side and back and forth like you did at the beginning. Take an inhale to look forward and exhale, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Interweave your fingers behind you at your tail and let one big fist drop forward and down. Again, feel free to nod your head, yes and no. You might move your shoulders around, your hands around a little bit to get into that subscapular region. And exhale to release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step your left foot back. Drop your left knee down and walk your right foot out into lizard. And you might take your right hand behind your right foot and around to the outside edge. You might lean to the blade of your foot or bring your chin towards your shin. Some of you might put your head behind your leg. Remember, it's not like there's a pot of gold under there, so you don't have to rush. And not every day or every moment is the time to draw the body towards extreme. Extreme is different in every body. We're usually trying to stay in a balanced place in our yoga practice. Good. Peel yourself up and out. Curl your back toes under. Step back to plank pose. This time we'll do side plank. Start with left hand as the base. Roll to the outside edge of your feet. You're welcome to bring forearms down or take any variation of Vasisthasana. I try to keep the body in one long line as opposed to going up into a side bend so that I can put equivalent pressure on my spine and create compression, strength, and connective tissue. Take another inhale and exhale to plank. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot, right hand down. Good side plank on the opposite side. Whichever one you didn't do before is just fine. Breathe. Good. Back to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga of your choice. Inhale. Upward facing dog pose or an alternative. Exhale. Downward facing dog pose. Take an inhale to look forward. And exhale. Step or float to a seat. Glide, slide, or struggle is what one of my teachers says. And take your legs out long for Paschimottanasana. And scooch the flesh back out from underneath you. Grab a hold of your feet or a strap. Bend your knees if you like. Inhale, unroll, and exhale, folding deeply. Good. Inhale, unroll your heart. And exhale, release your fingers off your toes. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Inhale, lift your chin, your chest, and exhale, fold over your legs. And slowly round yourself up. I'm going to do just one more little backward bend action. So roll forward over your shins and sit your hips on your heels. You can do this sitting in a chair. Find a creative way if your knees don't feel so good in this position, but we're just taking a little mini camel before we sit in meditation. You need to leave your fingers at the base of your neck. Take your elbows wide, so it looks like this. Lift your heart up, lift your chest up. You can stick your tail out or tuck your tail under and see how that changes things. Try to relax tension in your legs as you press your hips into the backs of your feet or heels. Take 3 deep breaths. Try to keep your elbows wide. And on your last exhale, feel free to round your spine, drop your elbows. You could tuck your chin and let your chest stay lifted, or you could round all the way and get a counter stretch. And then release. Shift your hips off to one side. I like to sit cross-legged. We'll do a brief seated meditation to close out this work, but you are welcome to lie down on your back. Meditation is difficult for you. You're a human. It's difficult for almost everybody. People who seem good at it are good at it because they've done it 1,000 million times, or they're making up a fib. Let your hands rest where they don't draw too much unnecessary attention. And remember that we really just attempt at meditation when we do this work. It's really focused concentration and relaxation towards meditation. If you need to lie on your back instead to take rest and meditate on your side or in a chair, do. We'll just spend about 3 minutes doing this to resolve. The action is to pay attention to the sounds around you. You might start with what feels close in your body, or you might start with what feels furthest away, and what you can hear, the softest, quietest sound out in the distance. For me, it's like cars on the highway, wind in the storm. It might be brewing where I am. As you start to listen to those sounds, slowly begin to draw closer, maybe to the room that you're in. What are the more local sounds? Maybe the house or the building that you're in if you're inside. Eventually drawing down to the spaces, the external sounds of your body. What does your breath sound like? And then all the way down to the internal sound of your breath, your heart beating in your chest. When it's time to change or stop, I'll let you know. If you get distracted, just draw yourself back again to the next closest thing that you can hear to that concentration meditation, to the sound of your breath. I'll call you out when we need to end. Until then, pay attention to how things actually are. Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Stinavadi Tamastu, Mavit Vashavahai, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we together be protected. May as we learn together we know joy. May our work together be brilliant for the liberation of all. May our work seek to contribute to the happiness, liberation of all beings everywhere in the context of universality, non-dualism, and peace. Gently flutter your eyes open, slowly deepen your breath, return. Thank you for practicing this little brief moment. I hope that you got some time to breathe and notice. And remember that whatever time you have is the time to practice being kind, being at peace, being liberated. Whatever you're doing gives us the opportunity to practice. You might consider for a moment the many things that create those opportunities, the oppressions and privileges of the past and the present that allow you the space to do this. Gratitude for those who support you, the situations that support you in this work, and for yourself, right? Remember that you always have you to hold yourself with. And my name is Alyssa. The information about donations for this class and how we support the Marsha P. Johnson Institute through some of these practices is all going to be listed with the video. If you ever have any questions for me, you can find information at the website and reach out to me. I'm here for you. Otherwise, I hope the sun shines on your face and that you get to feel a deep breath or two every once in a while. Hopefully, we'll see each other again soon.